Good morning. So I've upgraded. Yes, finally. So I've moved from what I'm on now. This is my Samsung S20 phone, mobile phone, which I do all my filming on up till now. But I've gone for the Insta 360, and it's the Insta 360 3S. I had to look at it then. And I'm going to be doing the rest of the footage on that, and we'll see what it's like. So join me on this walk on my new camera, my new gadget. Very exciting. So here it is. There's my camera. It's the Insta 360 3S. So the S is the newly upgraded version, which brings it in at 4K and 30, which is pretty decent. I've got my Insta 360 invisible selfie stick, or so they say. I'm not sure it's invisible with this camera. I know it is with one of the other Instagram cameras. And yeah, so we're going to have a little play. It's got a flip up screen on it, the record button on the top, and that's pretty much it. And the great thing about this camera is that little camera there, that is the actual camera that pops out, and you can use that on anything. You can stick it to anything magnetic, you can put it on your baseball cap, you can have it around your neck on a pendant which sticks to that underneath your t-shirt, so that it sits on the top of your t-shirt and is pretty much not visible at all if you've got a black t-shirt on. So you can wear it into places and record. And yes, very exciting. So let's see how it goes, shall we? Now I hope this little dog vlog has come out alright today, because obviously trying out new equipment, you never know what it's going to look like till you put it onto the edit suite and have a little look. I'm going to post it anyway because I wanted to test the camera and test the Insta 360 edit suite as well, so I'm going to post it anyway, unless it's really bad, and I won't. But I just wanted to really sort of bring you out on my first trip with it really, and see how we got on. And yeah, it's been good fun to use, I have to say that. It makes a change, and my phone stays in my pocket, which is quite nice, because that saves the battery on that. And I've been out for, wow, probably an hour and a half. Obviously I do stop a lot along the way, but the camera's been on for pretty much most of that time, and the battery life looks like it's still fine. So I've had the little camera which comes out of its casing in the actual casing. I think they call it the action pod or something like that. So that hasn't had to, the camera's not used any charge at all. It's all been coming from the action pod, so the battery life is running down on that. So if worst case scenario happened and that ran out of power, I just pop the camera out and start using that. So I'll have an extra probably 40 minutes of filming, but without a screen. So that'd be the only downside to it. But that's actually not that bad, is it? That's pretty good. So you can get away with using that. So that's really good. Morning.
Morning.
And yeah, so it's been a good little test run on it today. Just going to stop for a minute. And I've really enjoyed using it actually. It's been really good. I hope you enjoyed seeing the dogs and them having a good time. And Ruby keeps jumping up for the camera, so if you see it jerk quickly, that's why it's moving. He thinks there's a ball on the end of the stick or something. So I just have to be careful with that one. Very nice. So here I am on my new camera, and hope it's coming across well. We'll see when we look back at the footage, and really loving it. It's such a lovely little gadget, and do like my gadgets, they're good fun, aren't they? And today I'm out with Kongo, Luna and Ruby, and later on I'll be taking out Cosmo and Bumble, my boy, with Luna as well. And yeah, so we're in the woods walking through. Good girl. This is Kongo, he's a canny corso. You might well have seen him on some of my other videos that I do. Good boy. You worn out from running around, are you? You worn out already? Come on then. Look at Ruby's legs, oh dear. Hopefully we'll get them washed off in the river. Bless her. So I have to watch my legs because they will literally bowl me over at their size. Oh, there's little Ruby flying through. Bless her. Oh yeah, so I'm on my second outing, and I'm out with Luna again, as you can see in the background maybe there, the black Labrador. And this time I brought my boy Bumble out, my Springer. There he is. Having the best time, he loves it over here. And I've also got Cosmo. Where are you, Cosmo? There he is. There he is. Cosmo's an Italian greyhound, my sister's dog. Beautiful boy, aren't you? Yeah. Come on in. And we're in an area called Cymbeline Meadows, which is around the Colchester area. And just a place of beauty really. It's got a river running through the middle of it, and it's just like this all the way around really, just all fields. And the great thing for me is there's loads of benches, so I always stop at every single one just to take the weight off for a bit. And there I am sitting on this one. Right, sweetheart. So let me know in the comments what you think of this camera, if it's any different to when I've been doing it on my phone. I'm sure it will be. It's in 4K. What you got, Bumble? What you got? Duck. What was that? That wasn't very nice. What was it? The nice bit is it's got slightly wider angle than a phone, so actually it catches the dogs a bit easier because they're so bouncy and move around so much. It's sometimes very hard to catch them on camera. Very happy with it. Feels like a good bit of kit. What's the matter? What are you asking for? Hey? What are you asking for? Go on then. Right, I'm going to switch off and carry on, try and get to the next bench. Very excited boy when he sees the water. There he goes. Luna's already in. Luna's already made it in. I know. What you got? What you got? Oh, got me all wet already. You got me soaking wet already. Nice. So the only downside to coming over here now is that they've put all this barbed wire up all the way around the river, and it's apparently to stop the cattle from stop the cattle from getting into the river and decontaminating the river, which yeah. There's not been any cattle over here this year anyway, and it doesn't harm these guys having fun in the fields, so it does stop them going down to the river at certain points, but there are some dropping bits, so it's quite nice still. But yeah, a little bit restrictive, like everything in this country. There's always somebody saying not allowed. So as I said, I've got Cosmo with us. He's a little Italian greyhound, and that's as big as they get. Cosmo's about 6 years old now, but if you're ever thinking about getting an Italian greyhound, just be aware that they are extremely, even though they're bred to be lap dogs, which is all they really want to do, is just be with their owner all the time. So if you go out and leave them, yeah, of course they can be left, but they don't like it. They stress and they can toilet and things like that in the house if they're left. So just to be aware of that, if you ever think about getting one, do a real study of the breed. Ask people who have owned them before. This, like I said, this is my sister's one. She's got another one as well called Misty. I used to have an older one as well who's now passed away. And yeah, they're beautiful dogs, really lovely, but they're quite neurotic. So Cosmo got a few anxiety issues, let's put it that way. So he's always, as you can see there, he's always on the lookout, and if he sees, not the dogs we're walking with, he's quite happy with them, but if he sees other dogs around, especially bigger dogs, he tends to take a very wide berth. So for example in here, he'd sort of go right round this field to stay out of the way. Not all of them are like that, of course. A lot of people just keep them on lead as well, but Cosmo's a good boy off lead, so I try and encourage that because it gives them much better exercise, and a tired mind and body means a more relaxed dog. And when we get back to my house, he'll be much more chilled out, won't you? Hey? And he's just a lovely boy. He's so lovely. He just has these little quirky traits to him, which everybody's different, aren't they? Everyone's different, including dogs. So yeah, so if you do own one, just it's all about sort of like really knowing that you can spend a lot of your life with them, because they just want to be with their owner, sitting on their lap or sitting next to them in a blanket. They love going under cover, so they have special beds which they lay inside and then tuck themselves right in. Or at night time when he stays with me, he has a blanket over his head and he lays behind my legs, and but it has to be under cover, so it's quite sweet really. but that's what they're made for. They're made for being a companion dog. They didn't have any working trait or anything like that. They're purely for companionship, and that's what they crave. So here we are at the one of the drop-in bits I was talking about of the river. So the farmers have put in like a little jetty sort of area which runs across both sides, so the cows can have a little drinking time and a play time. And hold on, I'm just gonna. Bumble's got the most annoying bark when he's excited, and it's so loud. So once he's playing, he's all right. He's quite happy. Bumble's there, look. Oh, it's there. Yes. Good boy. So as you can see, this bit of the river is absolutely stunning, and just to show you that angle of it, absolutely beautiful. Dogs love it in here. It's really fresh water here. Really enjoy themselves. Cosmo's having a little venture in. Good boy. Over there, Bumble. Look, over there. Can you find it? Go and get it. Yes! He puts his head under the water and makes me laugh. Well done! What have you got? What have you got? Ready? Come in here. Come on, get it. Here, look. Having the best time, aren't you guys? Hey, having the best time. So, I'm reading a book at the moment. Well, I'm listening to a book on audio book, and it's how to be your dog's superhero. And I've got it on audio book, so I'm listening to it as I'm driving around. And it's really good, actually. It's nice to, when you do training yourself, or even if you've got your own pet and you've trained them, it's really nice to listen to other trainers or other dog people's opinions of training and what style of training to use, and get a really wide opinion of all those sorts of things, because I think it just makes you a better person to be around your dog, a better trainer maybe, and it gives you ideas as well. And this guy's book, he could pretty much talks about something that I really believe in, and it's to be your dog's superhero. So when your dog looks at you, as all they want to be is with you and love you, which is why we get our dogs, isn't it? But it's all about play when you're training them. So training a dog with harsh methods and not really giving them any fun while you're training, it can have results. Of course it can, because the dog almost is made to submit to those training methods. But by playing with our dogs and having fun with our dogs while we're training them, and giving them lots of reward, whether it be verbal reward or treats, is just wonderful, because the dog learns to be with you because you're more fun than the other dogs on the other side of the park. They learn to look to you all the time. And one thing I would say is, when you are with your dog, whether it be a puppy or a dog you've rescued, or even an older dog you might have taken on, the eye contact and the bond is so important. So I wouldn't rush at taking them out and letting them off and seeing what happens, rather than actually spending about a week or two in your home. Oh, motorbike going past, it's going to be loud. Spending a week or two just in your home with your garden, if you've got one, and playing games with them and bonding with them and having some tug games and rewarding them, treating them really well, teach them to sit. And if you have got a garden, go out in the garden and teach recall before you venture out into the fields, or where there will be some extra distractions. Because distractions are, especially when we have puppies, they learn all the tricks, they learn all the great recall, all this sort of thing, and they hit 8 months old or a year, and then it all goes out the window, doesn't it? So they revert back to being cheeky, running away, saying hello to whoever they want to say hello to, rather than being with you. and they can become a bit of a nuisance really to other people who are walking their dogs. So once you've bonded with the dog and you've taught them how to be around you, and you have become their number one, you've become their superhero. So I'm just trying to get in this gate, hold on one second. Oh, there we go. And you become their superhero, then by doing that you then have that bond with them. So when you go out with them, then you get that much you get that more attention to you. So when you do call them, they're hopefully going to come back to you and do that recall with you. So yeah, so I think that's a real... Bumble's asking me to throw something into the river for him. I'll do that in a second. So one of the best things to do is build that bond up with your dog, whether it be a rescue, a puppy, whatever, until you know when they look at you, you say yes, and you give them a little reward, because every time they look at you, that's a great way of building the bond up with them. So yeah, and then once you're out on a walk, you start using a long line. So you've got that control over them. So if they do decide to run over and say hello to another dog, you've got that control to say that's not allowed, you're coming back. And yeah, so that's really good. I'm going to go and play with the dogs because they're asking me to throw stuff in the river for them. So I have to deal with this excitement of a Springer Spaniel. Oh my life. Anyone think I don't take him out?